Sports Buzz, where I get you all the latest from the world of sports, only on www.clicksportsnow.com. Let's take a quick look at the top stories of this week.
Manchester United sack David Moyes. Bengaluru FC wins I-League in debut season. Joshna Chinnappa wins Richmond Open. Wawrinka stuns Federer to win Monte Carlo Masters. And Hamilton completes hat-trick, wins Chinese Grand Prix.
While David Moyes had to pay the price for a poor season at Manchester United, Liverpool are closing in on their first league title in 24 years. Gareth Bale and Spanish giants Real Madrid got their hands on the first trophy of the season as they literally ran away with the Copa del Rey.
After a dreadful start to the season for the defending champions, Manchester United have rushed for the first time as they have sacked manager David Moyes and appointed Ryan Giggs as caretaker boss. The club confirmed that Moyes had left the club and thanked Moyes for the hard work, honesty and integrity he brought to the role of manager. Ryan Giggs will take charge of the first team affairs until a permanent manager is found. David Moyes was in charge of Manchester United for 51 games. He won 27, drew 9 and lost 15. A 2-0 defeat at Everton on Sunday was the final straw for the club owners, the Glazers, as the 7th place Manchester United have failed to qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 1995-96. Interestingly, Liverpool, who finished 7th in the league last season, continued their march towards the Premier League title with a 3-2 away victory over Norwich City to move 5 points clear at the top. Raheem Sterling gave the Reds the lead at Carrow Road as early as the 4th minute. The youngster was then architect of the second goal as he set up Luis Suarez for his 30th goal of the league campaign. Norwich made it 2-1 just after the break as Gary Hooper found the net, but Sterling's deflected effort just past the hour mark restored Liverpool's 2-goal advantage. While in Spain, Gareth Bale too was in a rush to get his hands on a trophy as a brilliant individual effort 5 minutes from time gave Real Madrid a 2-1 victory over Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. With the match at the Mestalla looking like going into extra time, Bale broke and beat the challenge of Marc Bartra, showing fanatical speed before poking the ball past Jose Manuel Pinto to win the game for Real. Real had led thanks to an Angel Di Maria early strike, but Barca levelled just after the hour mark when Bartra headed home Xavi's corner. After that, it was all the Gareth Bale show. Real countered off a Barca corner and Isco fed the Welshman, who rose to the occasion to grab the goal, which gives him his first major honour of his career.
If there's a way to start and finish your debut season in the I-League, Bengaluru FC certainly knows how to. The I-League debutants stunned all favourites and powerhouses of Indian football to clinch the I-League title with a game to spare.
Bengaluru FC created history by becoming the first ever debutants to clinch the I-League title, and in some style too. The Bengaluru outfit needed a win to ensure the likes of East Bengal and Salgaonkar would not sneak in to win the crown, and they did just that, putting former champions Dimpu to the sword with a clinical 4-2 win in Goa. With just one round of fixtures remaining, Bengaluru FC now have an unassailable 4-point lead with 44 points from 23 games. The goals for Bengaluru FC came via the excellent Sean Rooney, Robin Singh, John Maniongar and Chhatri himself, who made it 4-2 after Roberto Mendes da Silva and Romeo Fernandes had cut the deficit to a single goal to set the Knobs going into overdrive. The club, which was only founded last year, showed the other teams just how it should be done, not going for too many big money signings but instead concentrating on professionalism and teamwork, with most importantly extremely competent coaches Ashley Westwood and his assistant Pradium Reddy at the helm. Only Goan clubs had won the tournament ever since the I-League was revamped in 2007. Dimpu in 2007 and 8, 2009 and 10 and 2011 and 12, Churchill in 2008 and 9 and 2012 and 13, and Salgaonkar in 2010 and 11. And what better place to clinch the honour than in Goa itself? Bengaluru FC have given Indian football a shimmer of hope that things are going to get better, a model that seems to have the potential of saving the fading National League.
India's Joshna Chinnappa stunned former world champion Rachel Grinham of Australia to win the inaugural Richmond Open and $10,000 in prize money.
India squash ace Joshna Chinnappa defeated former world champion Rachel Grinham in straight games to win the inaugural Richmond Open on Sunday. World number 21 Chinnappa beat her 16th ranked opponent 11-9, 11-5, 11-8 to bag her 9th Women's Squash Association Tour title at the Country Club of Virginia. This was Joshna's first victory over the top seed in their last 6 encounters. Starting the first game, Grinham came out swinging, firing away to a 6-2 lead. However, Chinnappa surged back through consistent play to level the game off at 6-6. From there, it was a battle to 11 with the lead oscillating between the two players until a couple unfortunate mistakes gave Chinnappa the first game. Chinnappa completely dominated the second game, but Grinham put up a fight in the third. The start of the third game was once again all Chinnappa as she quickly sailed to an 8-2 lead. Never one to be counted out, Grinham fought her way back to 8-8. However, it was a case of too little too late as Grinham made 3 critical errors to give Joshna her first win over the Australian.
Stanislaus Wawrinka derailed an aging FedEx in an all-Swiss final of the Monte Carlo Masters to win his first Masters title and register his first win over Roger Federer in 5 years.
Stanislaus Wawrinka sealed his first Monte Carlo Masters title after coming from behind to beat Roger Federer 4-6, 7-6, 6-2 in the first all-Swiss final in 14 years. The Swiss number 1 secured a maiden Masters 1000 title in his third final with a near-perfect deciding set performance in a clash which lasted 2 hours 13 minutes. In the idyllic setting at the Monte Carlo Country Club and in front of a full house, the first 4 games went with serve until Federer made a decisive move. Wawrinka, who had been 100% on his service game all week in the Principality, made some uncharacteristic errors to hand his opponent the break he was craving. Federer, who featured in the last All-Swiss final when he lost to Marc Rosset in the 2000 Marseille decider, came into the clash with a 13-1 head-to-head record against his Davis Cup colleague and looked on course to make it number 14 after wrapping up the first set without being troubled too much. After the players traded breaks in the second and third games, the second set went into a tiebreaker in which Wawrinka quickly opened up a 4-1 lead. The Australian Open champion and world number 3 restored parity by nailing his opportunity on his third set point before coming out brimming with confidence in the decider. Wawrinka, whose last win over Federer came at the same venue in 2009, started to produce his very best tennis, bludgeoning the 32-year-old with some brutal ground strokes to break in the first and third games and leave the 17-time Grand Slam champion shell-shocked. He went on to serve out the match and complete the comeback against his close friend and win his third ATP title of the year and 7th of his career.
It was free and easy for Lewis Hamilton as the Briton raced to his third consecutive checkered flag of the season at the Chinese Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg again came in second to complete yet another Mercedes 1-2.
Lewis Hamilton has completed a hat-trick of victories for the first time in his F1 career by easing to victory in the Chinese Grand Prix ahead of Mercedes teammate and title rival Nico Rosberg, while Fernando Alonso in his Ferrari came in third. Leading the race from start to finish and never once having cause to check his mirrors, the resplendent Hamilton was in cruise control as he romped to his third successive win. The 2008 World Champion is now just 4 points behind Rosberg in the Drivers' World Championship despite the German's sturdy recovery to second place as Mercedes wrapped up a hat-trick of their own with a third consecutive 1-2 for the dominant Silver Arrows. Force India's Nico Hülkenberg finished 6th behind Red Bull duo Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel, while Sergio Perez came in 9th to make sure both Force India drivers were amongst championship points. 3 hours after the checkered flag officially and unofficially fell in Shanghai, the Chinese Grand Prix has reached a bizarre end as the FIA declared the race finished 2 laps early. As a result of the checkered flag being waved at race victor Lewis Hamilton prematurely at the end of the penultimate lap, prompting a bemused radio message to his Mercedes pit wall from the Englishman, the race has been officially deemed to have been completed on lap 54.
Well, that's all for now. I'll be back next week with some more buzz on the circuit. Meanwhile, keep logging on to clicksportsnow.com for more sports stories. Till then,